Is it visible?
Yes, Priya.
Yeah. So let me explain you that what is TMG, why we create the TMG in a table. So basically, if you want to maintain multiple entries at a time, then we just create this TMG. Let me take any table. Yeah, we can take this table. Now, uh, for creation of the TMG, you have to check this utilities TMG. It is already generated. Okay, then you can delete it. Utilities table maintenance. Okay, now it is deleted. So in the authorization group, you have to pass this and NC end. Without authorization group, we are not provide any authorization here. Okay, if you want to restrict this table, then we just provide the authorization group. Now in the function group, just copy any table name. You can pass any name in the function group. It will create automatically. And you can check through SCAT as well. You can check this name in the SCAT, then you can check the function group there. Now just pass the name and click on this one step. Then put your cursor here and click on this find screen number. Then enter. Okay. Now click on this create button. It will ask for package $tmp. Okay, local package we are using. So your TMG is created now. Okay, so what is recording routine? Like we are having two radio buttons here, standard recording routine and no user recording routine. So if you want to, like if you are selecting this no user, then it will not ask for TR while maintaining the entries. And a standard recording routine will ask for the TR. Okay, if you are selecting this radio button, then in the development server, quality server, production server, it will ask for the TR to maintain the entries.
Yeah.
Then in the two step, okay, in the two step, suppose you are maintaining the entries in the SM30, then it will create a new screen while creating the entries. You are working on this screen. So if you are maintaining the entries here, then it will go to the next screen. So this is the meaning of two step. But here we are working on the single step. We will create the entries here. So we always select this one step in the real time. Okay, now it is created and you can copy this name. You can pass in the SM30, maintain. So here you can maintain multiple entries. Okay, and if you want to do some enhancement here, if you want to do some, like if you want to disable these buttons, then there are some events in the TMG. So based on that events, you can write your coding there in the event part. We will go on that part later because now you don't have knowledge of the coding. So in this environment modification, you are having events. So through the events, we can enable or disable the button. We can do some modification in this SM30 screen. Now this plus sign, we have to change the naming convention here. Then how we can do? So we have maintained this function group. Just copy this function group and you can check the function group through SCAT code. SCAT is for ABAP workbench. Now just pass the name display. So here you can check the screen 00001. Just close the SM30 screen. Okay, and now you can go to the screen layout. So now you can change the naming convention of this field. Just click on this change mode. It is still in disable mode. You have to close all the session of this table. Now just double click change mode. So now it is in editable mode. Employee ID, name one, employee name, and employee number. Click on the save button, then activate. Enter. So it is activated now. You can also activate from here. Okay. Now just go back and run this transaction SM30. So here you can see employee ID, name, employee number. Okay, now next step is to create the T code of this screen. You want to skip this initial screen and you want to create the T code, custom T code of this second screen. So to create the transaction code, we just use this transaction SE93, then T code ZEMP data, then create, just pass the description, employee data. Then we are working on the like table view. If you are working on the objects like table views, so we will select this radio button transaction with parameters. If you are working on the module pool programming, then we will select this radio button program and screen. And if you are creating any report, if you are creating any program through SC38 code, then we just use this program and selection screen. And if you are working on the OOPS concept, like you are creating any method, so we will select this radio button method of a class. So now we are working on the table part. So table comes under this parameter transaction. So we will select this radio button transaction with parameters. Then in the transaction, so we are creating the T code, this custom transaction code of SM30. So we will pass SM30 here. Then we will skip this initial screen. Okay, to skip the initial screen, we will activate this checkbox. Then you have to select all these checkbox for GUI support. Now click on the save button. It will ask for the package. We are using local package. Now you have to pass two parameters here. You can click on the F4 help, view name. So in the view name, you have to pass the table name. ZEMP data 01. Okay, now in the update, another parameter is update. So you have to activate it, like you can pass capital X to activate this parameter, update parameter. Now click on this save button. So your T code is created, GEMP data underscore data. Okay, so through this T code you can create the multiple entries now, and we can pass in the real time. This is the task, like first we create the table, custom table. Then we create the TMG, and after creating the TMG, we will create a custom T code. Then we just provide this T code authorization to some user to maintain the entries. So this is the real-time task.
Yeah.
Okay. So now it is completed, this process step. And in the TMG, let me make some notes. In the TMG, you have to remember that what is TMG? To maintain multiple entries at a time. Then in the TMG, you have to remember two radio buttons. That radio buttons recording routine. Recording routine are of two types: standard, standard recording routine, and no user recording routine. So in the standard recording routine, it will ask for TR to maintain entries. So you have to remember for the interview questions as well that what's the difference between the standard recording routine and no user recording routine. Will not ask for TR. Now next question is that how we can create custom T code
Like Priya, just one observation.
of
Like
any
yeah,
yeah
yeah, just one observation. Like you mentioned, the recording routine and no user routine. So it's like this. No,
yeah
I mean, if the table is expected to be frequently updated by end user, so we should take it as no user recording routine, so that it normally doesn't ask
yeah
for TR. If it's very rare, once in a case scenario, everyone should get to know that something is being maintained. So in that case, recording routine is important kind of a thing, right?
yeah. So we
Okay.
will always select this no user recording routine in the real task.
Okay.
Okay. So to create the custom decode of any table, we will use SC93 decode to create the custom decode. Then in the SC93, we have to pass the transaction code SM30 and we have to remember two parameters. Parameter that we pass while creating the custom decode of any table. View name, then next update. So in the view name, we will just pass the table name. If you're creating the T code of a table, so we will pass table name. If you're working on the view, then we will pass the view name. Then update, you have to pass X, capital X, to activate this parameter, update parameter. So first, like your task, you have to create a table. Then next, TMG, then custom T code. Okay. So this is the real-time task. Like first we create the table, then TMG, and then custom T code of the table. Now we will learn about views. So next topic is views. That how we are creating the view. So view you can create through this T code S11 data dictionary. So view is a data dictionary object. DDIC object to view the data from multiple tables. To view the data from multiple tables. Okay, suppose you are fetching some data from Mara table, you are fetching some data, some fields from Marcy table. So you can view the data from both these tables. You are selecting Matner field from Mara and you are selecting MAKTX field from MAKT, material description. So you can see the data through the view. And in the view, we cannot, like it will not store the data. It will not store the data. It will just display the data at the runtime. Display
Okay.
data at the runtime. Like it is not a table. Like in the table, we are just storing the data, but in this views, we are just you can display the data at the runtime. So if you fetch the data from the view, so like if you want to fetch the data from the view, so you can use the multiple table also. And we are having different types of view, like projection view, projection view, database view, help view, and maintenance view. So if you click on this button view, then you can check the date, you can check the view types. Just pass this name. So you can also use the naming convention V. V is for view. Then click on this create button. Here you can check the view, different types of view. So today we will work on the maintenance view. Okay, and in the maintenance view, you can pass your table name and you can check the. So do you know how to combine two tables? Like how to check the conditions on the table? Like if you are
Conditions in this.
combining two tables, suppose if you are combining Mara table and Marcy table and MAKT table. So based on which condition you can join these three tables. So do you know how we
uh,
can check? Like this is the simple table. You
Checking.
can you know about
Yeah.
yeah through a material
Checking.
number because yeah like
Yeah,
through a
continue. Sorry.
common field. So in the yeah so through the common fields you can join different tables. Okay, like in the Mara, we are also having Matner field, and in the Marcy, we are having Matner field, and in the MAKT, you are also having Matner field. So, based on the material number, you can combine all these three tables. So, in the SAP, you can run this transaction. You can run this transaction SQVI, SQVI, Quick Viewer. This is for Quick Viewer, and in this you can pass any name z text underscore employee, then you can click on the create button and in like you have to pass the title testing purpose. In the data source you have to select table join, then enter. So this is the screen of the this quick viewer. Now you can click on this button insert table, second button insert table, and in this option you can pass the table name. Suppose I will check the condition for Mara, then MAKT, then Marcy. Okay, so these are the three tables. Now you can check the common fields here. Common field is Matner. So through this quick viewer SQVI, you can check the condition, like common condition. You can connect, you can join two or three tables. So through this T code, this is very helpful for you also. Like if you are working on tables BKPF, BSEC, and BSET. Okay, so in the BKPF, you have the accounting document number, banner, and in the BSEC, you are also having accounting document number, and in the BSET, you are also having this. So you can combine all these three tables using this common fields. So you can check through this T code SQVI. Okay, so SQVI quick viewer to check the join condition of one or more table. Now in this view, maintenance view, first you can pass the table name. So this table name you can use here in this view. Just pass this table name employee view. Okay, so like we also create the maintenance view if you want to create the TMG only for some fields. Like we have created this TMG. Now you can see all the fields of table. But if you want to hide some field, then this is possible through the view. So the maintenance view, you can like now enter view field. So here you can see employee ID, employee name. We are having only two fields. But in the table, in this table that we have created, you can see three fields. Okay, so through the maintenance view, you can also hide some fields. If you want to display, suppose you are having three fields in this table, but you want to maintain only two table and only two fields will be displayed to the end user. So you can maintain a view. You can maintain a view and you can create the TMG here through utilities TMG. Okay, after creating the TMG, you can display only two fields like employee ID and employee name. So you that those fields will be enabled to the end user now. And if you want to select all the fields, then click on this table fields and you can select all the checkbox. Now copy, click on the save button, activate. It is active now. So if you pass this T code in the SM30, now it will throw the error because we did not create the TMG. So if you are working on the maintenance view and your table is you are passing this table name. So now we are working on the maintenance view. So you have passed, you can check the attribute. In the attributes, you can check package and in the tables, you can check the table name. So now we are using only single table. So in this table, you can also check all the fields here. Now in the view fields, you are just passing only two fields. Okay, so this is also the real-time task. Suppose if you have created multiple fields in a table, but you want to display only some fields. You want to maintain the data only two fields, and only those fields will be displayed to the end user. So now you have to create the TMG also because it is throwing you the error that TMG is not created. It is incomplete. So after creating the maintenance view, you have to create the TMG also. Same process we have to follow. Utilities TMG. Now and NCN, you can click on this F4 help button. Then you can select this without authorization group. Same function group, you can pass any name. It will create automatically and you can check through the SEAT also. So same steps, one step, then just put the cursor here and click on this find screen number, then enter. Now click on this create button. It will ask for the package, local package. Again, so now your TMG is creating. It is created. Now you can pass this name in the SM30. Okay. So if you are having that error that it is incomplete, so you can think that you did not create the TMG. You have to create the TMG to resolve that error. Now for this plus sign, if you want to change the field name, I have explained you that you have to pass the function group because function group contains the screen number and you have to do the changes in the screen. You can change that field name through the layout. So you just pass this maintenance view, this function group. So if you want to check the function group name, then same step, utilities table maintenance generator, then function group, you can pass this function group in the SEAT, then you can change the name convention. Now next step, we have created the view, then we have created the TMG. Now you can see only two fields are visible here. First one is employee ID. Let me change the name first. SEAT. Just pass the view name now. View name is not this. This is the table name. View name is this. Currently editing. Okay. So this is the view name. Now in the view name, you have to check the function group name, same, display. It contains the screen. So if you want to change the name of those that field, you have to click on this layout, but you have to close all the screens of the table view SM30. Then only it will be in this in editable mode. Now you can check this layout. Okay. Now employee ID, save, yes. Now it is inactive, so just click on this activate button. So it is active. Now next step, just go back and pass this view name in the SM30. Okay, so it is displaying only two fields. So this is the concept of view. Like you can maintain, you can check, you can fetch the data from multiple tables also. Suppose if you are fetching one field from one table, another field from another table, that is also possible using the join. You can check the condition through SQVI, joining condition, common fields like. Then, so what is the use of the maintenance view? Because you can maintain the data through the table also, you can maintain the data through the maintenance view also. So what is the difference? Like in the table, you are also creating TMG, and in the view, you are also creating TMG. So basically, interviewer will ask you that what is the difference between TMG and view, maintenance view. So in the maintenance view, we can display only wanted fields. If you want to hide some fields, then that is also possible through the view. So this is the table. We are having three fields, but in the view, we are passing only two fields because we want to display the data only for the two fields. We want to maintain the data only in these fields, employee ID and employee name. So that is possible through the maintenance view. Okay. Now, so this is another task, real-time task. If you want to create a T code, they will ask you that to just display only two, three fields that are mandatory to maintain and create a T code. So now you can also create the custom T code of this view, G employee V data. Same process, SC93 T code. You can also use view, create employee view. Same, we will select this radio button transaction with parameters because I have explained you that if you are working on the table, if you are working on the table or view, then we will always select transaction with parameters because we are working on the parameters. Now in the transaction, same SM30, we will skip initial screen, then select all these checkbox and you have to pass two parameter also. Otherwise your T code will not be created. Now in the parameters, you have to select view name. Then next parameter is update. Okay, so you have to pass the view name. If you are working on the view name, then you will pass view name. And if you are working on table, then table name. G employee V EMP V data. Now update, in the update we always pass X to activate it. Now save. It will ask for package local object. Yeah. So your T code is created for the view also. So now you can see we have created maintenance view to maintain data only two fields, and we have also created T code to maintain the data in all these three fields. Okay, so now next task is task 2, view creation, view only maintenance view, then TMG, again we create the TMG, then custom T code. So we will work on all these views: projection view, database view, help view, maintenance view. So now I have explained you about the maintenance view, how you are creating the maintenance view. Let me explain the difference also. Difference between table and view. In the table, you can maintain the data. That is not possible to to view the data from multiple tables in a single table. And in the view is to view the data, to view the data from multiple tables, to hide unwanted fields during the maintenance of table. Okay. Suppose if you have created a table and you have already created the TMG, but you want to hide some fields, so that is possible with the view. You can create the maintenance view and you can display some fields. Then you can create the custom decode also. So do you have any doubt in this task, in the second task?
No, Priya, not so far.
Okay. So now if you want to add some table, basically we have to add a like common fields. So in the view, you can also create database table through different tables. So now let me explain you about the search help. Like we will work on this views day by day. Next time I will explain you help view, database view. Because if I will explain this database view, then you can't understand the concept that how we are creating all these view. So now just understood about the maintenance view, how we have created the data, and in the database view two or more tables is possible, but in projection view only one table is possible, so it is very confusing. So I have explained this maintenance view. The next time I will explain this projection view, so that you can remember all these views. Okay, now let me explain you that search help, what is search help and how you can add the search help. So basically we are having two types of search help, F4 and F1. So this is F4 search help. And if you want to check any field parameter, suppose if you are working on the VA01 and if you want to check this technical technical field name, then this is the like you can check the document also. So in the technical document, this is F1 help. Okay, now how to create this F4 help? And let me explain you one important point also in the table. G employee data one. Okay. So I have explained you in the domain part. Then how that we can also restrict the data, restrict the values. Let me search that. Yeah, in the domain, DDIC object that define technical information like field data type, and you can also maintain maintain. You can also restrict values. You can also maintain value table. Okay, so in the domain G employee ID is a domain. Here you can also maintain some values. So let me restrict some values. Employee ID 10, 20, 30. Now save and activate. Let me pass the description also. 10 is for employee 1, employee 2, employee 3. Now activate. So these are the warnings of the enhancement category, and I have explained you that how we can remove this warning through the extras enhancement category. We always like this can be enhanced deep. Deep means I have explained you in the previous class that deep means field of any data type. Here we can enhance character data type or numeric, and in this we can enhance character type field only. So we will always select deep. Deep means data of any field of any data type. Now just activate. Now it is activated. Okay. So while maintaining the data in this table, SM30 maintain. If you are creating entries, now you can see. Okay. So this is the another way to pass this search help. So in the domain, you can also restrict the values. So we have restricted 3 employee ID here, 10, 20, 30. So you can select only these 3 entries. So this F4 help is not visible for this employee name, but it is now visible for the employee ID. You can select only these 3 records, 10, 20, and 30. So if you maintain 40 here, it will throw you the error. Okay, enter a valid value. Because we have restricted the values in the employee ID and through the domain, we can restrict some values. We can maintain only these entries in the table. So it will not take any other value. If you are selecting this 30, so here let me take this 30 and in the name ABC. So now you can save the data. Okay, it is not throwing the error because we have restricted the values there in the domain. Now F4 help is also visible and you can maintain only these entries. So this is the second point to restrict the values. Domain is used to restrict values. So now if you want to add some search help at this level, let me show you some real-time task. ZDI VUOM. Display. Yeah, so here you can see this check table. So in this table we are passing the data. Okay, in this table we are maintaining 2 fields. So we can pass the data here and then you can add this check table on this field GSTMS. So it will display on the field also ZEIUOM. I will show you that how to create the check table. So this is the field GSTUM, this second one. Now you can see the data in the table form. Okay, so this data you can maintain because in the domain we can restrict some values, but if you want to maintain some data, then you have to create a table that is called check table. So what is check table and what is value table? So in the check table, we can maintain data, we can maintain multiple entries, and then we can provide that check table on this field, on any field where we want to show that check F4 help. Then you have to create a table, you have to maintain the data in the table. Then through the foreign key relationship, you can join these two tables. So first you have to maintain the common field also. Like here common field is GSTMS. GSTMS. And I will explain you the standard table also to understand the concept of check table. EKPO and EKKO. EKPO. Okay. So in the EKPO, for Ablen field, Ablen is for PO number, you can check in the entry health check. So here check table is EKKO. Okay. In the EKKO, we are also having this field Ablen. Ablen is for PO number. So if you are maintaining any record, EKKO is the header. Let me explain through the notes. So check table. So check table is also used to provide the F4 help, search help. And you can also join the tables, two tables using a common field. Suppose in EKQO we are having Ablen field. Ablen is PO number. Then in EKPO we are also having Ablen. So if you are having, this is the header table and this is the line item table. If you are maintaining a PO number at the header level, then only that PO number will be displayed in the EKPO. Why? This is the reason, because we have maintained the check table here in the Ablen field. So if you are working on the like if you are maintaining, if you are creating the PO number, so at the header level, then only those PO number will be displayed in the item level, because technically we are maintaining this check table here at the Ablen field. So through the check table, we are just passing the common data. In the header table, if you are maintaining PO 123 PO number, then only it will be displayed in the item level, item table 123. Okay. So if you are suppose if you are maintaining 1234 PO number in the EKPO, so that is not possible, and that the PO number is not there in EKQO, so that is not possible. Only that data you can maintain, that is that you have maintained in the first table, like check table. So this is the concept of check table. Now we will create a check table and we will maintain some data also. Then we will add that data. So we have created this field, this table, ZEMP data 1. So I will take a ID, common employee ID with many multiple fields like 10, 20, 30, 40. So if you want to maintain multiple entries, then you can create a check table and you can take some fields, employee ID and name. Suppose let me take the common field employee name and employee number. So we will add the check table here, employee name. On the employee name, we will add the check table. So first we have to create a table, check table. So check table is just like a table. G employee check, create check table. So I have explained you the delivery class. We'll define the transport of table data, that how we are transporting the data. So let me take this application table. Display maintenance allowed. Sorry. In the fields, you can maintain those fields. Suppose we are just taking those fields. Employee name, employee name and employee number. So you have to pass the same name here. Predefined character 10. Now you cannot activate the table without passing technical settings. In the data class, uh, you have to select this appl0, that is for master data. Then size category 0. Now click on this activate button. It will show you the warning for transfer enhancement category. You can also remove this warning through extras. Now next step, you have to create the TMG. TMG and NC and same name, one step, put the cursor, create, enter, enter. So your TMG is created now. So now click, just put the cursor here, click on the foreign key, data element, okay, like, yeah, we have to pass this foreign key on the common fields. So on this, now you can pass your check table name. Yes, it is correct. So now you have created the check table. Just go back on this table, select this field, check table, generate proposal. I think we did not select the primary key.
Yeah.
Sorry. Employee key is the common field name. So only common field. So now it is possible. Okay. So if you try to add this check table on this field, you want to cancel editing, yes. So if you click on this, so it will not possible because here in the check table we did not take any employee ID field. So I have explained you that only we can maintain that on the common fields, common condition, just like EKQ and EKPO table based on the applet. So if you are creating any check table, you have to create a common field. Then based on the common field, you can add your check table in your main table. So this is your main table and you want to add the check table here. So based on the common fields, you can add. So I have added this check table on this employee name. It is not added now. Let me add again. Check table, employee check, generate proposal. So it is added. Copy. So now you can check through this entry help check. Okay, so it is here. So this is the process. If you want to create any check table, now it is added. So if you are maintaining any data in this check table, suppose you are maintaining employee name ABC. XYZ. So only those entries will be displayed in this table as a search help. Now it is activated. So let me maintain some data in this check table. So this is your check table. Maintain some data. Employee name and employee phone number, I think. Employee number. Yeah. Just click on the save button. Then, sorry. So now your main table is this. So now you can see the name here. Okay, employee name. Employee name. So this is the F4 help in the domain. You have restricted these values in the domain. Okay, and now you have created this table, check table, and in this check table you have maintained only two entries. These two entries. So these are visible now through the F4 help. Okay, so this is the F4 help, and you cannot maintain other than these entries. Let me show you. So here you cannot maintain 40. You can maintain only 10, 20, 30 because we have restricted the values at the domain level. Now, if you want to take this, enter. So it will throw you the error. Entry does not exist in the check table. Okay, check entry. So you have to maintain the entries first in the check table. Then you can maintain these entries by you any any entries. Okay, so where here we have restricted some values at the employee name through the check table. So there are multiple ways to add the search help. So through the domain, you can also restrict the values.
Like Priya,
So through
suppose
the
there are,
domain, yeah,
yeah, like suppose there are 50 values in a table. So from suppose we enter only
yeah,
10 values in the domain. So only 10 will come in the check, right? The domain does that.
yeah,
Will do that
only
also.
10,
Okay.
yeah, only 10 will come. Yeah. So
Okay.
like if you are maintaining the entries here, so this is the like manual way, but in the table you can pass the T code. So this is like only a bapper can maintain in the domain level. So if you want to pass some T code, so this is the check table. This is possible with the check table. You can create any check table, then you can maintain that check table at the common field. Okay, then you can create a custom T code of this check table, this employee check, and you can pass that this custom T code to end user to maintain the data, to maintain the entries in this check table. Then only those entries will be visible through the F4 help, and you can maintain only those entries in this main table. Okay. So this is possible with the search check table. Now I've explained you that what is check table. So check table, you can add check table only through foreign key, only through foreign key. So basically, foreign key defines the relationship between two tables. So I have explained you that how we can add the check table. Just put the cursor here on the common field only. Then you can click on this button, foreign key. Through this foreign key, you can pass your check table. Then click on that generate proposal and just enter. Your check table will be created. So here you can see the check table field name, then main table and main table field name. Okay, so this is the joining condition that we have also viewed in the SQVIT code, quick viewer, common condition. So based on the common condition, we can add the two or more tables. So I will explain you this concept in the view also. So today we have created the view only using one table with some wanted fields that we want to display in the like maintenance. We can maintain only those fields that we want to display. Okay, so through check table, you can maintain you can restrict some multiple entries. You can create a T code of the check table, then you can maintain multiple entries, then you can restrict those entries in your main table. And now next option. So first option is domain. Through the domain, you can also add search help. Then next, check table. Then next is search help. So through the search help is of two types, elementary search help and corrective search help. So this is the search help. And if you are creating elementary search help, then you can also use that search help if you are creating this search help through this radio button. Okay, in the SE11. So this is the data dictionary object. You can create the search help and you can add that search help in your coding part also if you're creating any selection screen. Okay, and you are passing any option like input parameters. We are having two types of input parameters, select option and parameters. So if you want to add the search help there, that is also possible using this search help. You have to create this search help. So this is the global search help. You are creating the global search help here, and then you can maintain that global search help in your coding also. You can maintain that global search help with the select option with the parameters. So I will show you that how you can create the search help and how you can add the search help in the coding in the select option in the input parameters like so. So do you have any doubt in this session? Like now you have two tasks. First task is create a table TMG custom decode. The next task to display create maintenance view TMG custom decode only some fields. Okay, not all fields. Then next task 3, check table, create check table, and then maintain some entries, check table and maintain some entries. Add this check table to your main database table. Main database table. Okay, that you have created in the task 1. So these are your 3 tasks. And if you will have any doubt in these tasks, then you can ask me anytime. We can also do screen sharing. Yeah. So do you have any doubt?
Not so far, Priya. I may get when I may get when I practice some of these things, but yeah, so far it seems clear.
Okay, okay. So no issues. So that is fine. Okay for today. We will connect tomorrow, and you can ask your query also.
Sure.
I will share your notes and as well as recording.
Thanks.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Priya. Bye.
Bye.